Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning makes coming to you on a Sunday. I had a few technical difficulties with my printer yesterday, and I still don't have everything completely squared away, but I got to print enough that I can come on and show you what I've been working on. As you know, I'm doing a promotion for iralamijashop, and it is during the month of March. Jill March 15, so Jill MAR15 is a coupon code you can use that gives you 15% off all of her new listings in her shop. Okay, and iralamijashop is a shop on Etsy that sells digital printables, and she also sells other things, projects that she makes, sometimes products that she no longer needs, she'll sell. Just so different things in her shop depending, but this particular code, Jill March 15, so Jill Mar15, gives you 15% off all of her brand new listings, and she's put out so many beautiful new papers, new rose papers, which I did a video just showing all the different things that she shared with me to do this promotion during the month of March and April. And so I shared that in a separate video, which I will link that video down below. So you can go and look at all of the new things that she sent to me, but there's even more new things in her shop that this code is good for. So that is, today my projects are centered on that. And then I have a couple other little things to share also. But I wanted to come on and show you what I've been working on. This right here is a 5x7-inch card. And these are those cards that I picked up on clearance from Hobby Lobby for $1.99. And these are from the Paper Studio. And they are, I don't know if you can see it, but they're glimmer cardstock. And it's a pack of 12 cards, 5x7 inches. You get the folded cards as well as the envelopes, okay? So I picked up, I tried to do this on a A2 size card, and I wanted it to be on a bigger background. So I used the 5x7-inch card, and what I was working with are some of her files that make these beautiful envelopes, okay, these little pockets, if you will. And this is from a collage digital printout on her Etsy shop at iralamijashop. Here's her information, so you can see it, and you can go to her Etsy shop, and I will link it down below, and just look around, especially at her new items, but all of her different pockets and envelopes and different things that you can play with. So that's just one of them. And again, I had printer problems. I was hoping to show you all the files in this video, but unfortunately I can't do that today. So I'm going to go ahead and come on and just show you what I created. So this is for Easter or spring, however you wanted to, you could do this for birthdays, you could do it for any occasion, a thinking of you card to send to a friend, and you can send some little goodies in the pocket, including, you could make a lace card. There's so many different things that you could include in the pocket. But my idea was to kind of send this to my one of my nieces for Easter, and just include some things that she could play with and create with to make some tags for her family. So I found this little printable. This is from her Easter, one of her Easter printables, and it says, "May the bunnies and chicks of Easter day scatter gladness on your way." So I used that as the focal point on this adorable pocket envelope, if you will. And then on the 5x7 card, I added some of her beautiful rose print papers. And then inside, I included a bunch of different things. So let me show you some of what I used. I used a variety of laces and trims and different types of twine to tie my tags with. And that includes some seam binding too in a pretty pink color. And I love what they do on the seam binding. If you have any seam binding that doesn't have this and it unravels on you, just take a piece of tape and you put it across, leave the backing on the tape on the part that crosses over the ribbon. And if you tape that around, it'll keep it from unraveling, and then you can just pull a strip loose when you need it. Okay, so you could even use a piece of paper to do this and just put it across and tape it in place. but it allows you to kind of have a stopper for your seam binding, because if you're aware, seam binding will oftentimes unravel a whole bunch and then you have to try to pick it all up. So that's just a little trick there that helps you keep it in place. So I just thought I would show that really quick. If any of you have seam binding that doesn't have that. Anyway, so some of the products that I used is I used these adorable Easter egg dies from My Creative Time. And this is a set of 2 little Easter egg dies. You have a backer piece that cuts the little egg out with the scallops, and then you have a stitched piece to make the tag part. Okay, so that's 2 different sizes. And these are in Emma's shop. Hello, Emma, for My Creative Time. I love these for Easter time. So I use that die set, and I also use the fancy frame, the A2 fancy frame dies, just to make some tags. And I used both the stitched ones and then the background ones, okay, to make some tags. And then I also use the new Pretty Scallop tall tag dies, and I use those to create some tags also, along with the tall tag frame die layers with the stitching. Okay, so those are the dies that I used today, and I'll show you what I did. So you can see I have a variety of pockets here, and I'll just go through and show you what I did. Was I created the pocket, and then for the back of the pocket I just used a piece of white cardstock to finish the pocket off, and that's so that you can either glue it onto onto a card, or if you just want to send the pocket separately, you could finish it off with a second front side of the pocket and just glue that in place so that it looks pretty on both sides. So you'd print the pocket twice and then just cut this piece off and use that to make your back side. So what I did was I just used white cardstock, because my plan is to glue these to the 5x7 cards and mail them off that way. So on this one you can see I used my little bunny from Impression Obsession stamps, and these are the little sock bunnies. Many of you will remember them, but I showed the digital or the clear stamp ones on a video for Saturday Morning Makes a couple weeks ago, and but a lot of you will have the wood stamp, the sock bunny wood stamp. These are by Alessa Baker. Okay, this one's called Sweet Sock Bunny. It's F20824. This is Alessa Baker Designs for Impression Obsession. They no longer do wood stamps there, although sometimes you can find these either at Frantic Stamper. She has some of Alessa's wood blocks left, or you can sometimes find them on eBay. But this particular Sweet Sock Bunny, F20824, is now available in clear stamps in a slightly different size. And again, I show those clear stamps in a previous video. You can go back 2 videos and you'll be able to see them. But I did use some of these Sweet Sock Bunnies dressed up in some of the dresses that I showed you how to do on last week's Saturday Morning Makes, if I remember correctly. That's what's on the front of my little pocket, along with this little Happy Easter, which is from her cutouts. She has an entire page of sentiment stamps that you can print that are these little banners, and I'm trying to see if I have any left I can show you. Let's see, here we go. So she has a bunch of different ones. Like here's one that is just various words, but she has one that's geared towards Easter also. And these are great to just cut and include in the pocket. So you can see what I did here, and actually I'm forgetting myself anyway because I do have it here. So this is a cut, this is one of these cut out and then edged with tea dye ink. And I just tucked an extra set of these into the pocket so that the person I'm sending this to can use these on their tags. And I haven't, let me just show you what's in this pocket. So in this one, I have this little set of sentiments, and this is a set of printables that has these sentiments just like this, and they're 8.5 by 11 sheets, and they come in different colors. In the set comes, I think, with 4 different colors. And so this is just a little strip of those. It says Laugh, Smile, Love, Friends, and My Love. So that's in there so that they can use those. Here's an extra little bunny that I trimmed out from one of the sets, from one of the clear sets. And I wish I had them handy to show you, but I cut these out when I was doing the Saturday Morning Makes a couple weeks ago. And then these are the little egg dies, and you can see I put a stitch one on the other side so that the person can write on it. If they wanted to, they could put a bunny on here, they could decorate it with some of the words, but you can include whatever ephemera you want inside for them to be able to decorate the tags that you're going to include. So here's one of the beautiful tags made with that beautiful scalloped pretty scallop tag die set from My Creative Time. And this is the beautiful rose papers and various digital papers from iralamijashop. So I just included some things in here, including the Happy Easter sentiments, and all of that tucks into the little pocket that I created. And then all you have to do is either send this off as is, or you can glue it to the front of the card like I showed you here, and you could send it off as a card. So it's so fun to make these little pockets and decorate them with the little bunnies. And so I thought I would just go through and show you what's in each one. This one has another little sock bunny, and this is a paper from iralamijashop that I stamped it on and cut it out. I added a little bit of Copic coloring. This is one of her Easter printables that has little Easter stamps and little sceneries, and I just trim around the stamp itself. I leave a little border, and then I add a little punch and some twine, and this can be used as a little tag. Here's another one of her printables that has these cute hearts in it, and it also has these little words. So I added the word joy, and I did cut 2 hearts and glue them back to back, and then I punched my hole right here, and I just tied through with some twine. And so that's a little tag. You've got a couple little tags here, a bunny. Then I made just a simple green tag using that pretty scallop die, and then another one with the fancy layer die. And so these are just tags that you could decorate up. They could put the bunny on here. They could add some pattern paper. You could also print or cut out one of the stitchable tags and glue that on here also. But I didn't finish everything yet. I just wanted to come on today and show you the concept. I wasn't able to print any papers like I had planned to, again, because my printer's on the fritz. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you. And when I cut the bunnies out, I do cut the arms up like this. And that allows you also to take these little sentiment strips and tuck them into the arms and glue them in place. So that's where I got this little blessed. And this is one of the printables from her shop that has all these sweet words that you can use, and just tuck them into the arms right here and glue them in place. So I do that, and I need to include a little strip into here for this one. So what I was doing was just cutting, picking out some words that I think they might like, and then cutting up the edge of this in a strip. And then you can just tuck that in also so that they have sentiments to use. So, so those 2 I've shown you, and then let me show you the other 2 that I did. Here's one. This one has the bunny, and the bunny says hugs. And I need to maybe put a sentiment right here too. So we'll see. I might add an Easter sentiment there. But inside this particular pocket, and this pocket does go all the way around the back with the quilting. And so this is one of the files there. These are the quilted pockets. And I'll try and attach all the files down below. But here's one of the little egg tags. This one has a little cutout that I did that says for you from one of her printables. Here's a little strip of the sentiments again that I told you about. So those were tucked in there. I made this beautiful little gingham tag with some lace trim and a little piece of seam binding tied in a bow. So they could add, you know, whatever they wanted. They could glue, they could even untie this and just add the egg to the front of this tag if they wanted to, with a couple of the sentiments or something. So, you know, you can put enough stuff in so that they can, whoever receives this can play around. But here's a strip again of the beautiful Easter printables with all the different sayings on them. And you could certainly color coordinate everything that you wanted to include in the, you know, in the pocket, along with maybe some little tulips and daffodils, or just different things for spring tags. And you could certainly do these in a theme of spring, summer, fall, winter, and do pockets for the different seasons. So here's my last one, and this one says, "Somebody loves you." And it has this little bunny holding the egg. And again, that egg is from the Poppy Stamps egg die, and I've shown you that in a previous video. And then in this one again, I just have a little bunny. I have a little egg tag again using that My Creative Time die. And then these are the fancy frame layer dies from My Creative Time, and that beautiful rose paper from iralamijashop. Just gorgeous. And then this is a tag from one of iralamijashop's printables. So these just are so fun to send off. If nothing else, it provides some beautiful tags that they can use for any sort of gift giving they might be doing. They could always take the extra bunnies and make Easter tags, and whatever you want to include in these. So this was a lot of fun making these, and I think these would also be fun for junk journals, and you know, her Sweet and Shabby junk journal kit type pockets for junk journals are so fun. So I just played around with this and had so much fun making these, and I'm going to be gifting these to my niece again, and a couple maybe to my sisters that give little goodies at Easter time to friends and family. So that is the main portion of this particular Saturday Morning Makes video. But I do have a couple things I wanted to go over. One is that many of you were asking about this stamp set that I shared in a video a few days ago. This is an October 2017 monthly kit from Peachy Keen Stamps. And I did talk with Kathy, and she did put these in the store the other day. Some of you have already purchased them. I know she already sold quite a few sets. But for those of you that were looking for them, they are now in the shop, and you can go and purchase them. I love these flamingos for summertime, and that you can dress them for Christmas too, especially if you live in Florida or some of the areas where Christmas time is more of a tropical thing. This meets the criteria for that. I love this little sandy snowman for winter time at the beach. And of course she has these adorable gingers in here, and then all sorts of wonderful sentiments that kind of coordinate with a tropical Christmas theme. So for those of you in Hawaii or other parts of the world where you're in the tropics, or someone who just loves flamingos, I think this is an adorable set. And again, it's the October 2017 Peachy Keen Stamp Club set that was done. So those are in the shop for those of you that were asking. And then I just wanted to share one other thing. Back when I was doing the release for Lily of the Valley stamps, I had told you I had made a tag using this adorable little carrot bunny. And I couldn't find the tag. It was so funny, you guys. I made it and then I misplaced it. So I did find it yesterday, and I thought I would just come on and share it. And I love how this turned out. I used both an orange gingham and a green gingham to tie the tie for this tag. And I used the scallop circle dies from My Creative Time, along with the stitch dies from Impression Obsession from Anna White. These circle dies that have her little stitching pattern on them. And I stamped this is actually a digital stamp from Lily of the Valley Stamps from their newest spring release. And I shared those in the Lily of the Valley Stamps release video, which is about 7 videos back on my channel. And these are the most adorable bunnies. I had so much fun playing with them. And so I created this little tag, and I loved coloring this little image. This is colored with Copic markers, as well as my colored pencils and Gamsol. So watercolored pencils and Gamsol. And this just turned out so cute. And on the back, I actually used some book paper for the back of the tag. So this is how it looks, and I just wanted to come on and share it. And if you didn't get a chance to see the Lily of the Valley Stamps release, their Etsy shop should have all the stamps in stock, and you can go check it out. Or you can also go back to my LOTV release video, and I will also link that video down below. So lots to share today. Stamp sets from Lily of the Valley, from Peachy Keen Stamps, and of course from iralamijashop. Don't forget about my code for March, Jill March 15, for this particular new sets that she has in her shop. So it's just off her new listings. You can use this code at iralamijashop on Etsy. And I had so much fun making these little pockets using both the bunnies from Alessa Baker Designs at Impression Obsession, dressing them with Betty's dresses from iralamijashop, using her little sentiments as well as her Easter sentiments, and so many other things to create these adorable little pockets. So I hope you had fun taking a look at all of these and seeing how I utilized my little bunnies. The bunnies are on pop dots, so if they want to add them to the tags, it just pops off of the pocket. So lots of different things you can do. When you have stamps and dies, you can create so many fun little projects. And I love how the card one turned out, because you can just slip this in an envelope and mail it off to someone very easily. So I hope for your guys' sake that you all have a wonderful Easter, a wonderful weekend, if you celebrate Easter, and if not, just a happy spring. I hope you're all enjoying all of the spring bulbs that are coming up for a lot of us. I know some of us are still buried in winter. Kathy Jacobovich and I were on a talk yesterday. We were talking about some release stuff yesterday morning, and Kathy, they got over a foot of snow in where she lives. So I know Kelly has snow in Idaho, and a lot of us are still facing snow. It's still really cold here in Seattle too. We've had some snow east of the mountains again this week. So, but for those of us that have a little taste of spring with some daffodils and maybe some crocus and some snowdrops coming up, I hope you're enjoying it. Everybody have a wonderful Saturday. I'm behind on watching everybody's videos. I did see some beautiful posts on Instagram from some of you, and I was hoping to use a jar in my projects for Two Crafters, One Design. Hello to Melissa, Gloria, and to Lisa, and to everybody that follows along on everybody's hashtags. I'm looking forward to coming out and doing some viewing, hopefully later this afternoon. So everybody, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Sunday, and thanks for joining me for another episode of Saturday Morning Makes. And I look forward again to sharing heart with each and every one of you as we all share what we're creating together. Blessings and hugs. Enjoy your day. Bye now.